Imagine raising a toddler today. No baby gates, no diapers, no baby formula, no cartoon shows to distract them, and to make things worse, you live in a dark cave surrounded by saber-toothed cats, venomous snakes, and open campfire pits. Sounds like a horror movie? For early humans, this was just a regular Tuesday. If a modern parent loses sight of a toddler for 3 seconds, the kid eats a crayon, draws on the wall, or falls off the sofa. So how on earth did ancient humans keep tiny? Chaotic, suicidal toddlers alive in a lethal world built to kill them? Did they tie them to trees? Did they feed them wild berry juice? Or were ancient toddlers just built different? The truth is mind-blowing. Ancient parenting wasn't about baby-proofing the world. It was about extreme survival. And honestly, modern parents might actually learn a thing or two from them. Let's start with the messiest question first. How did they handle diapers? Short answer, they didn't. Diapers didn't exist. Pampers were thousands of years away. So, what happened when nature called? Ancient mothers used a natural technique that modern scientists call elimination communication. Basically, pure, unadulterated instinct. Mothers held their babies almost 24/7 against their skin, all day, all night. Because of this constant physical contact, a mother could feel the exact split second her baby got restless. A slight wiggle, a tiny grunt, a subtle change in body temperature. The moment she felt it, boom, she held the baby away from her body over the grass or outside the cave entrance. Was it 100% leak-proof? Absolutely not. Accidents happened all the time. In freezing regions like Siberia, humans got clever and creative. They packed soft moss, dried lichen, and animal fur inside leather wraps. It acted like the world's very first organic, biodegradable diaper. No diaper, rash creams, no wet wipes, just moss, fur, and pure human instinct. Now, what about food? What happened if a mother couldn't produce enough breast milk? Today, you simply run to the grocery store and buy tin cans of baby formula. 30,000 years ago, there was no store. If a mother couldn't nurse, it was an immediate life or death crisis. Formula didn't exist. Powdered milk didn't exist. So, what was the ultimate backup plan? First, wet nursing. Human hunter-gatherers lived in tight-knit cooperative tribes. In a tribe, every baby was considered everyone's baby. If one mother lacked milk, another woman stepped in without hesitation. A grandmother, a sister, a neighbor. Multiple women nursed the exact same child. But what if the whole tribe was low on milk due to famine? Ancient humans had a hardcore backup strategy: pre-chewed food. Yes, you heard that right. Parents took tough meat, wild nuts, and animal organs, chewed them up in their own mouths until soft, and fed them directly to the toddler. It sounds gross to us today, but to a toddler with no teeth, pre-chewed animal fat and liver was a literal superfood. It packed massive calories, easy protein, and boosted the baby's immune system with beneficial bacteria. No blender required. How did ancient parents distract a hyperactive toddler without screens, iPads, or colorful plastic toys? You couldn't just hand a toddler a tablet with Baby Shark playing on loop. So what did prehistoric toddlers play with? They played with the world around them. Archaeologists have discovered that ancient parents carved small, detailed animal figurines out of soft stone, clay, and mammoth ivory. Tiny mammoths, mini bears, and small clay birds. Some of these miniature clay figures even had small hollow spaces inside filled with tiny pebbles. They were the world's very first baby rattles. Beyond carved toys, play was focused on real-world survival. Toddlers didn't play house. They played survival. They splashed in shallow riverbeds, threw small pebbles at targets, scraped wood with dull stone flakes, and wrestled in the dirt with older kids. There were no artificial toy safety standards. If a toy was a smooth stone or a carved bone, it worked. Playtime was literally job training for staying alive as an adult. How did mothers carry babies while hunting, gathering firewood, and running away from dangerous predators? They didn't have stroller prams. They couldn't just drop the baby in a plastic playpen. Leaving a toddler alone on the cave floor meant one thing: a giant hyena or cave bear gets an easy midnight snack. So, early humans invented one of the most important pieces of technology in human history: the sling. They used soft animal hides, braided plant fibers, and leather straps to bind the baby tightly against the mother's chest or back. This simple invention changed human civilization forever. Why? Because a baby strapped to a mother's warm body stays quiet. The mother's steady heartbeat calms the baby. The rhythmic walking. Movement lulls them straight to sleep. A quiet baby doesn't cry, and a baby that doesn't cry doesn't attract dangerous predators lurking in the bushes. It was hands-free, mobile parenting, 30,000 years before modern strollers were ever designed. What happened when night fell and the dark wilderness came alive with predators? How do you get a screaming, crying toddler to sleep when a single loud cry could alert a pack of wolves to your location? Nighttime was the most dangerous part of prehistoric life. There were no separate cozy bedrooms with soft nightlights. Entire families and tribal groups slept together in a single pile on animal skins near the mouth of the cave or around a dying fire. Toddlers slept sandwiched directly between their parents. This served two vital purposes. First, extreme warmth in a cold world. Second, instant protection. If a baby woke up scared in the pitch-black night, they didn't cry for 10 minutes down the hallway. The mother was right there, touching the child. Instant physical contact stopped the crying before it even started. To quiet fussy babies, mothers sang repetitive, low-pitched rhythmic chants, the world's earliest lullabies. The low vibration of the mother's voice, combined with the smell of campfire smoke and body heat, signaled to the toddler's brain, "You are safe. Don't make a sound." Now let's talk about walking toddlers. Once a baby starts crawling and walking, they turn into unpredictable little chaos monsters. They want to touch and taste everything: sharp obsidian rocks, hot coals, deep water, toxic berries. Modern homes have outlet covers, padded corner guards, and baby gates. Ancient caves had literally none of that. So how did toddlers not fall into roaring campfires every single day? 2 words: tribe supervision. In a modern home, one exhausted parent watches a toddler while trying to cook dinner and answer emails. In an ancient camp, 10 adults and dozens of older kids watched the toddlers simultaneously. While adults worked, older siblings, kids as young as 6 or 7, were put in charge of physically guarding toddlers from danger. It was a constant, overlapping human fence. And what about the fire? Scientists found that ancient toddlers learned about fire consequences very quickly. Parents didn't yell, "No," from across the room. They let the toddler get close enough to feel the intense, uncomfortable heat radiating off the embers. A mild, safe singe on a fingertip taught a toddler a lesson no safety gate ever could. Fire burns. Respect it. Don't touch. Natural consequences were the ultimate teacher. We often hear the famous saying, "It takes a village to raise a child." For ancient humans, this wasn't a sweet slogan for a coffee mug. It was a strict law of existence. Modern parenting can be incredibly lonely. 2 parents or a single parent trapped inside 4 walls, isolated, stressed out, and utterly exhausted. Ancient humans never parented alone. An ancient toddler didn't just have one mom and one dad. They had 5 aunties, 3 uncles, 10 grandparents, and a dozen older cousins, constantly surrounding them every hour of the day. When a mother was exhausted, she handed the baby to someone else without guilt. Stress was shared, sleep was shared, responsibility was shared. Because of this deep social net, ancient parents rarely suffered from the extreme modern burnout parents face today. So, let's flip the script. What would an ancient hunter-gatherer think if they time-traveled to the present and saw how we raise toddlers today? Honestly, they would probably be deeply horrified. They would see us put vulnerable babies in plastic cribs in separate rooms, isolated from human touch all night. They would see us strap toddlers into plastic car seats and strollers, staring at glowing digital screens instead of learning from nature. They would see parents stressed out, isolated, and spending thousands of dollars on plastic gadgets and sanitized clutter. To an ancient human, modern parenting wouldn't look advanced. It would look cold, lonely, and unnatural. Ancient humans didn't have plastic safety gates, sterile baby wipes, or organic milk formula in a tin can. They had something infinitely stronger. They had deep human connection, constant physical touch, unconditional community, and raw survival instincts. They didn't baby-proof the harsh world for their kids. They built strong, resilient kids who could survive the harsh world. And remember, every single one of us watching this right now is here today because their survival strategy worked for thousands of generations. Their blood runs directly in your veins. So the next time your toddler throws a massive, wild tantrum, just be glad you don't have to clean wet moss out of a leather wrap. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into human history, smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to Lore Mind for more incredible stories of human survival. Hit that subscribe button now to join the Lore Mind family, and I'll see you in the next episode.